Surya is standing across a bunch of men who are staring aggressively at him and charging towards him, narrating that they should not rush like that because they might trip and fall. He starts fighting against all of them, and he seems to be a good fighter even though he remembers some of his grandpa's words, telling him to always take care of his hydration because if he doesn't he might hurt himself. Surya sees a flashback which he calls a life recap and then collapses on the ground, saying that he is probably dehydrated. He starts remembering some of his life events, and we see his parents and his grandfather being in the cinema and watching a movie. We realize his mother has quite a temper and she fights with the man within the cinema. When it's time for her to give birth to Surya, he narrates that a Terminator comes from the future to kill him, but his mother protects him and terminates the Terminator. He admits this is not the real story and continues by saying that his mother gave birth to him, but his family was attacked by some bikers trying to steal his mother's necklace, which resulted in his mother being killed. When Surya is a bit older but still a kid, his hands and legs are tied up and he wears protective goggles. The narration takes us to a doctor's office where he says that Surya has insensitivity to pain and he can't feel physical pain, warning his father that most of the kids who face this condition don't make it past the age of 4. Surya has to learn to live with that, and his grandpa teaches him the concept of ouch to use as a metric of the pain he should be feeling. Surya has to wear protective gear to school so he cannot hurt himself accidentally, but that makes the other kids bully him. That's when he introduces us to his female friend Supri, who always stands up for others, but she doesn't stand up for herself. Back at home, Grandpa makes a water backpack for Surya so he can always drink water and stay hydrated because if he doesn't, he might pass out and hurt himself. Young Surya watches a movie about a man with one leg who beats 100 men in karate, and he wants to be like him, being motivated to save Supri from her abusive father. But things are not as romantic as he thinks, and his father and grandpa take him to live in another area when he kicks Supri's father off a roof. One night, he escapes his house to meet Supri, and he is jumped by 5 kids who beat him up. He is disappointed, but his grandpa tells him he just has to train harder. A short sequence presents Surya's routine, which is scheduled by his father in order to keep him safe at all time. However, Surya has not given up on his passion and he secretly practices karate at nights. When he grows to be a young adult, his father starts dating another woman and he is afraid of his son's reaction. So he asks Grandpa for help. Grandpa takes Surya to a secluded location so he can scream all he wants and let his anger out, but the place is compromised by the police, who arrest Grandpa because they think he is a thug. Surya decides to go to the police station and save his grandpa, but he stumbles upon some posters of his childhood karate hero. He sees a woman sticking more posters on the walls, and he follows her to an alley where she starts fighting some thugs that are trying to kidnap another woman. Surya helps her out but doesn't get a chance to speak to her because she drives away in a car. Next, Surya bursts into the police station where the officers say it was all a big misunderstanding and his grandpa is not facing any charges. The following days, Surya visits his childhood hero's gym, only to see that the gym has been destroyed and Sensei Mani has been attacked. The woman he met earlier proves to be Supri and she attacks him because she thinks Surya is the one who attacked her sensei. Later on, they take Mani to the hospital and Surya tries to give out some hints to make Supri realize that he is her old friend from school. They don't spend much time together because a man joins them and he drags Supri away, blaming her for being irresponsible. In the meantime, Sensei Mani escapes from the hospital and Surya runs after him. They are followed by some nurses and a fight starts because the nurses require Mani to pay for the material they used for his treatment. Surya fights the nurses off and makes them run away, which in turn starts a short montage that narrates Mani's current life situation and explains his long rivalry with his brother Jimmy. A few hours before Surya went to the gym, Mani got a visit from his brother Jimmy, who didn't like the fact that his brother was organizing a 100-man fight without asking for his permission first. Mani said he wanted to do it to honor their father, but didn't change Jimmy's mind, who ordered his men to beat Mani and his pupils up while they stole Mani's necklace out of his neck. When the montage is over, Supri comes to pick them up and takes them to a shelter where Sensei Mani can get some sleep. Surya and Supri have a talk and she says she understood that he is her childhood friend but didn't say anything. Surya tells her she had the honor to be trained by Master Mani himself, but Supri is not quite enthusiastic about it. She says that she is going to travel to Canada soon and she's not going to be Mani's student for much longer, but Surya tells her she has to stay here for the 100-man fight. He furthermore blames her that she can easily beat him up, but she didn't stand up to that man dragging her around earlier at the hospital. Supri says that there is no meaning to this conversation, and Surya mentions that both Sensei Mani and Supri are afraid of this guy Jimmy, and that's why she wants to flee. Supri says that they are not in school anymore and this is real life, while walking away and leaving Surya alone. When Supri goes home, her partner Azul and her parents have prepared a dinner for them. An accident is heard happening from outside and Supri wants to help, but Azul doesn't allow her to go, telling her that she is always the one who wants to ruin things for them. Supri and her mother go for a walk after the meal, and Supri mentions that her father has always abused her mother and she never did anything to escape from him. She adds that she is feeling terrible because everyone has a goal to attain, but she is doing nothing for her own life. While Supri, Azul, and their families go to the airport, Surya visits Mani and tells him they are going to get his necklace back from Jimmy. They go to Jimmy's company and wait for him in the lobby, when Surya comes up with the idea to take a picture and send it to Supri. Supri watches the picture at the airport and she smiles, making her mother pay attention to her. Her mother tells her Supri was right last night. She endured everything her father did to her and she never had the courage to break out of it. She tells Supri to run away and she will cover for her, but Supri is not easily convinced. Her mother says she knows Supri is afraid that Azul will stop paying for her treatment if she leaves him, but she has thought of a plan and the doctors in Canada will take care of her. Supri does not have the time to escape since their families catch up with them, but her mother helps create a distraction by spilling a drink on Azul, which gives Supri the time to walk away with a broad smile on her face. In Jimmy's company, one of his guards is holding a smartphone in front of Mani's and Surya's faces so they can communicate with Jimmy via a video call. Mani sneezes on the phone and then accidentally throws it on the floor while trying to clean it up, which initiates a chain of events. The guard pushes Mani back and Surya kicks the guard to the face, which makes more and more guards rush in. Surya and Mani fight them until Surya can't lift his left arm up to fight and realizes that his water pipe is broken and he has been dehydrated. Since he feels no pain, he drinks hot water from a boiler and uses it to burn his opponent's faces. Soon they are cornered and trapped inside a flaming room, but luckily Supri comes to their aid and helps them out. Jimmy's security guards trap them again, but this time they escape the whole building and manage to calm down and get some rest. The next day, Jimmy and his men get to them, and it seems like the 100-man fight is going to take place in a sense since Jimmy ties Surya up and makes Mani and Supri go against his men. Although they put up a good fight, they are eventually beaten and Surya has to get his turn. They cut him loose and the film cycles back to the scene it started with, showing Surya collapsing on the ground due to dehydration, but he narrates that his mother wouldn't let him go away like that and a heavy rain starts, which hydrates him and makes him get up on his feet. Surya is able to beat all of Jimmy's guards and now Jimmy is ready to throw his best fighter in the mix, the one he calls Samurai. Jimmy says they are going to apply some rules and the winner of this fight will be the one who gets 10 points by hitting their opponent 10 times. Samurai starts with a good streak and Surya falls behind in terms of points. During the fight, Samurai and Surya display some stubbornness and stamina while hitting their legs against each other, which results in Surya's leg being broken. But he has to keep fighting and he forces it back in place, getting up to continue the fight. Mani throws his crutch at Surya and the latter uses it to fight and eventually finishes his opponent. Although he won, Jimmy refuses to give Mani's necklace back and he shoots Surya when he tries to take it from around his neck. Surya doesn't feel any pain and he keeps going even when Jimmy stabs him multiple times. Eventually, Supri shoots Jimmy and Surya takes Mani's necklace back. While collapsing on the floor again, Surya narrates that this time he thinks he is seeing a true life recap and he is going to die. However, the film ends with him waking up in a hospital room while Supri is waiting right next to him, telling him that everyone is fine. All of them continue with their regular lives and Surya narrates that his father was in shock about what he did, but on the other hand, he fulfilled his father's dream about him and became an accountant. Subscribe and hit that like button to help our channel grow. Turn the notifications on so you won't miss any of our new videos. Thanks for watching.